Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of Techniderp, and today I want to get this storage all set up. So over here I've got the schematic, and it's a little bit different to the one that I finished last episode off with, and that is because this is a different design. This is a design by Pella, who has somehow managed to make a storage system that is completely binary encoded. This means every item has a binary number assigned to it, and it uses that value to then sort out the item into the specific location. So the reason why we're using this design is because of the lag efficiency. This design is super lag efficient because it doesn't use any item sorters for the slices. It's completely binary encoded, and there'll never be a hopper with items in it pointing into a chest causing lag. Okay, I have no idea what is happening here. I pretty much just got stuck in Elytra mode, so I took my Elytra off. So I have my Elytra on, and I can fly. Elytra off, I can still fly. Although, if I take it off, I will take full damage. So, no idea what's going on there. The only way I know around it is if I do this. But then I assume if I do that again, I'll be stuck. So I guess time to relog. Okay, so we have got up to the stage where we have the first row of chests in, and pretty much everything from up to here is good. I did remove a row of observers that should be here, just because it will cause so many problems when doing other things. And the same on this side. You can see up here there is an error. That is because we don't actually have sea lanterns, which is what it wants, but we have glowstone. So we're going to put glowstone down for now and sea lanterns later. But we're up to here. There's still a few more comparators we have, but I am completely out of smooth stone, so I need to get some more. And then we can move on to the next one, and then just build up the layers like this, as you can see here. Well, progress is going really well on this. It's been about a day, and this is probably more than half done. So it is finally got all the chests in, and almost all the water streams, or actually, yes, all the water streams are in. No, not quite. There's just this last one, which is for the second layer. But what I was actually doing at the moment was I had smelted up a whole bunch of glass and dyed it, and I was just gonna finish the water stream edges. Well, I've got to the stage where essentially we need a whole ton of observers, which pretty much means I need to go out and do some quartz mining. So I'm just gonna find a place to start, and then I actually think it's probably a better idea to go fortune. It's just a lot easier if I don't have to mine it twice, once with silk touch to collect it, just so I can bring back more. Because I've got 3 shulker boxes here, and I think that will be plenty enough. And I am back, and I managed to get a full shulker box of quartz, but we don't have enough redstone to make all that into observers, so I've got about half a shulker box of observers, and I'm using about a stack and a half here. Just going along, placing these, I'm using a tweakaroo feature, which if I hold down Alt, I can invert the direction which I can place them. So normally if I place down an observer, I'll just come over here. If I place it down, it'll place it down like that. But if I hold down Alt and place it, it'll place it down like this. And I was just doing that all along, so it saves me having to take out all the glass, go down, place it, and I can just place them like this. It also has some useful things, like I want it facing into this block, hold down control, and it faces into there. Then I want it facing into that one, hold down control. And yeah, that's how it works. Anyway, as well as getting all these observers, I have been very busy cleaning up after everyone. So these shulker boxes were a mess everywhere, and you may have seen them before. Anyway, moving back to this, I'm going to place down these pistons here, then I can place down these activator rails, and these observers here. We are going to leave the observer, trapdoor, observer, trapdoor, observer, trapdoor, observer here, and that is just going to be, or that's going to be put in later, because if I go one more layer up, you can see there's just the alternate of this. Then if I go one more up, there are pistons, one more is these observers, and one more is rails. And once I place those rails on these observers, these pistons will get triggered, which will move all these down or up, or it essentially will just get so much in the way that we're not gonna do anything in the middle in these three layers until these observers are in, the rails above them are in, and then we'll place the pistons and the things below them. The main storage hall is now done, and it's a lot easier to show if I go into spectator mode. So this is the input, there's the binary input here, and that goes into the sort of decoder system here, and then that goes all the way through, and we'll sort out everything here. There are 4 here, which I will need to manually put in the binary code just to trigger back to what they were, and actually it might be easier. Yeah, it's probably easier if I do it a different way, because they're different on both sides, and it'll change it on both sides. Anyway, you can see this bit here. This is a variable item sorter. Again, everything here is by Pala. And there's also a little thing here, which needs to be dug out. You can see someone has come in here and dug it out. This is a binary converter. So if I actually get the schematic placement up a few levels, you can see this is the layers of it, and it's not that much, but it's quite long, and there are a lot of chests, and each of these chests needs to be like completely filled with a different item. But yeah, anyway, this is a variable item sorter. There is also one thing here which I haven't actually given the other server members this, but this is sort of what I call the one at a time shulker box thingy, and it's designed specifically for this entire system. Okay, so what this does is it gets an item through here, it comes down, it will then dispense out the shulker box, and immediately it'll take one item out, one item only. Then it'll break it, put it into this hopper here. This hopper will then put it into a dispenser to dispense it out again, and then at this point it waits for the item to come back. This is to binary converter and from binary converter, so it comes back down here, but it goes to it through this hopper and goes into this chest here, which sends into the system, which goes through the binary converter. Then that gets the binary output, puts it into the system, and then it will take that item back out from the chest here, put it back into the hopper here. We'll put it into the shulker box, we'll break the shulker box, and then once it's broken, it will then go into the storage, which will be this chest here. Once it's in there, the rest of the system will determine what to do with it, but it will already have the binary code of the item in the shulker box. And just like that, the binary converter is now done. Yeah, so I did a live stream and I built this in the live stream, dug out this hole minus the little bit someone had already dug out, and I put this in. And yeah, so now when you put an item into the hopper here, it will go all the way down and we'll get the binary code for that item. We'll go through, put it into the main storage hall as well, as when we finish the bulk storage, it will send it off to that as well. But anyway, I think that will be all for today. I did want to get this all done, but I really want to get an episode out because it has been a while. I've been working on this and have other things that I need to do, and it's just not really a good time to be building a massive thing like a storage system. There is another thing. I will be streaming on Sunday or Monday, depending on your time zone, but I will put the time on the screen now. And yeah, I'll be streaming on twitch.tv/glowinggolem if you want to watch, and that will be finishing as much of this as I can, and hopefully some other people will come on and help at that time, and we'll be able to get a fully operational storage system up and running by then. But anyway, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the live stream or in the next episode. Bye.